Hello, my name is Long. Nice to meet you. And first off, I just want to say thank you to Digitales Interactive for, gifting me a copy of Between Horizons and also allowing me a chance to show off the gameplay to you. In my video, I have an affiliate link to the game so that you can buy it yourself if you end up liking the game. Yeah, if you would like to buy the game after you've seen the gameplay for this, please do consider clicking through my affiliate link and purchasing the game. Every little bit helps helps with supporting my affiliate campaign. So thank you very much, and I hope that you enjoy the video. All right, now it has begun. Let's see what we have here. Okay. All right. So Between Horizons, so far, I'm liking the ominous like interstellar music that is here. So let's go ahead and get started with game settings, video settings. Okay. So let's take a look here. So yes, you can click outside, and it'll be fine. Let's see quality. Can we crank it? Can I crank it as high as possible? So 1920 by 1080, there are different resolutions. As you can see, there might be some subtle differences here. But then, if you own a larger monitor, there is that 3840 by 2160 resolution. That is pretty freaking right, in my honest opinion. All right, but in my case, it's going to work for this. In my case, it's going to work just fine with the 1920 by 1080. Okay, and then okay, so let's go ahead and give a shout out to all the crew who had developed this game. Digitales, got Jasmine Pfeiffer, Julian Cobius, and everyone else here. We got game designing, programming, project management. Yeah. Assemble Entertainment. So pretty long list of credits here. And then there was also some co-funding from High Spare Games, Game Bazaar. Nice. And then there's the localization team. So this was localized in Chinese, German, and Korean. Very cool. Very cool. Well done. Well done. Good job, everybody. Oh, wow. Quite amazing. That's a pretty, that's actually a pretty reasonably sized team who worked on this. So very cool. All right, let's check it out. Yeah, let me go ahead and move my camera a little bit too so that you can see everything that goes on. Okay, top right corner of the screen. I'm going to try to move my camera in places where I'm going to obscure the least amount of UI. Okay, so remember, they have designed a way where you cannot save scum. You are essentially going to have to play the game straight up from start to finish. If you try to go back, you're gonna have to replay that whole section. So be careful. If you regret a decision, that's just too late. That's just basically who you are. The decision, you and your game will be defined by the decisions that you make. But you can't go back and play through if you want to. So. Understood. You can find many options in game settings okay. In the game settings.
I must have been 8 or 9 years old when I first realized that I would never witness the Zephyr's arrival. As a small child, I often imagined myself stepping foot on Eurus D, leaving the ship for the first time in my life. I didn't understand at the time that this was a privilege reserved for my grandchildren. I still remember the conversation I had with my father. He was uncomfortable about the whole thing, and I get it. People don't like talking about their children's mortality. Still, he made me feel better. He reminded me of the importance of our mission for the survival of mankind. We're the only egg in the second basket, he said, or something like that. The basket being Eurus D, a habitable planet just 4 light years away from Earth. And the egg, that's the roughly 1,300 people aboard the Zephyr. Everyone I'll ever know.
That's pretty awesome. I like the I like the sound of her voiceover, and I'm kind of liking the little prologue to the story here. So let's go ahead and carry on. Stella, when prompted to pick one of multiple answers, use A and D and confirm your selection using E. So you can. So let's try to play the game with the keyboard only and see how little of the mouse. Yeah, we'll repeat the tutorial. Advance the dialogue. E to close. Stella? Stella! Did you go to bed already? Maybe? Do you need a checkup? You've been sleeping so much lately. I'm fine, Dad. Well, then you probably won't mind getting up again for a few minutes. There's something I'd like to show you. What is it? You'll see. It's a surprise. Okay. I'll be right out. Great. I'll be in my bunk upstairs. Oh, I'm blocking. Oh, case subject in. So there's notifications here. So it's gonna be a while before like I settle on a position for my camera. Bunk upstairs. Oh, yeah. It's fine. As you make progress, journal entries are added to your PDA. Open by pressing the tab button. Okay. Some tutorials briefly take over the controls in order to demonstrate something. Your PDA offers a variety of crucial tools to aid you in your investigations. Switch between tabs by pressing R and Q. Oh, that's cool. This is kind of neat. You can actually play I guess you can play the whole game without the mouse, if you want to. Your progress and objectives are documented here, organized by the cases you're working on. Entries that don't relate to a specific case are listed in the general category. Press escape to go back to a previous interface or tab to close your PDA immediately. Repeat tutorial? Nah, I think we're good here. So navigate the tab and then... Okay, so right now I am not playing with the mouse. You can see like there is no mouse movement on my screen, but rather I am just using keyboard so far. So far this is actually looking good for keyboard only players. Yeah, and of course if you see like a little bit of a mouse cursor, that is because like my because my mouse is actually like a little shaky, but it is still so it can still sense vibrations. So on my desk. So just something to keep in mind. Okay, announcements. We have been made aware of missing data across a large number of affected PDAs and working on a solution to recover everything fully. Please do not submit any further reports at this time. Thank you for your patience. From the Zephyr OS v4.240K. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Use AD to move. Hold shift at the same time to run. Okay. Okay, so that's me running. Oh, look! Can you pet the cat? I mean, to be honest, that's cool that you can interact with the cat, but that is, that's not what I expected to hear out of a cat, so, okay. I guess I won't, like, fixate on it too much. I know you're sick, but I have to go out for a bit, okay? I'll be back very soon. Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi is new evidence. Okay, and then, that's kind of neat. You can actually switch, different, scenes. So it's not exactly a true window. It's a digital screen of what your ideal environment looks like. So progress autosave frequently. Train station. Okay, consult your map when you are trying to find a place on the ship. You can open it directly by pressing M. Okay. Stella's icon marks your current location. Use WSD to switch between selected locations. Each location has a unique icon that is revealed once it's been discovered. Right now, you only have access to a small part of the ship that is relevant to your current task. As new cases open, so will new areas. The Zephyr is a ring spaceship, as illustrated on the left side. That means if you move in one direction long enough, you won't end up in the same place again. Okay, So using M for the map key. Dad is waiting for me. So essentially, my dad is the chief of security. So that's who he is. Okay, and already you can actually navigate to different parts of the ship. So this is the Zephyr, and as stated in the tutorial, it's a ring ship. So look at all these like different areas you can explore, and we're back. Surprisingly enough, you can't navigate to the train icon, but whatever. I guess that's just like a.
I knew that Dad was worried about me. He'd noticed that I'd been sleeping a lot lately and virtually stopped socializing. I wasn't sure at the time what was wrong with me, but I found it harder and harder to get motivated.
There we go. Yeah, you see that there's a lot of like there's a lot of movement. So this is kind of like the movement is still 2D, but you can actually switch different between planes. So it's not exactly I wouldn't say that this is 3D, but you can definitely like switch between planes of movement here. So of pathing. So I find it to be very, very fascinating. The reason I'm just kind of like I'm really admiring like the very simplified yet very, very futuristic like artwork that has been designed here. So I actually find the whole thing kind of neat, to be honest. Yeah. Oh, the sprint. So free navigate through the map. So I'm about ready to make my way to different parts of the ship. Yeah, exploring is not a bad thing. Captain's office. Yeah, so before I go see my... Good evening, Assistant Chief Stella. Secretary Elias. How are things? Good, thank you. Very busy. Are you here to see the captain? She's not available, I'm afraid. She went to meet Navigator Joseph for a meeting on the bridge. An assistant, Captain Curtis, left a while ago. I don't know where he is. No, that's okay. The chief wants to see me. I'm headed there now. Do you want me to relay anything to the captain? Nothing for now. Thank you, Elias. Ah, yes, and the space key. So this is so back in Lacuna, you use it to enter investigation mode. Here, in this game, it's actually like it actively pings for any points of interest. Don't forget that Bill is waiting for you in his bunk. Whatever you don't find on your way, consult the map. It's inside your PDA, which can be opened by pressing tab. So I'm not gonna like straight up go like play through the critical path. Feel free to do that on your playthrough if you want to. But for me, like I am always a very curious dude, and I usually take about 30 minutes to an hour before I carry on the critical path. Usually. There you go. Where is this taking me? Ah, okay. So yeah, I can go down to level 2, level 0. Yeah, let's go and explore the ship a little bit more before we go to the ship bunker. So, locker room. All right. So yes, we're technically Gen Pop, but I see myself more as crew. Not like it matters. We have universal access, guns and armor, all forbidden to population. So, we're not allowed to handle chemicals in the lab. Neither is the captain for that matter. We all have a role to play. That's not the same, and I think it matters whether we see ourselves as crew or population. Well, my bunk is in the residential area. Where's yours? And how do your neighbors look at you lately? Assistant Chief Stella, do you need anything? No, honestly, just look around to him. The chief wants to see me at his bunk. Good, we're about to head out anyway. Let's get back to work. Assistant Chief? Okay, no further dial. I like it. I think this is pretty elegant. So, I really did appreciate the investigation mode that was there. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get those constant reminders. You'll be constantly reminded to meet Bill in his bunk. Alright. And that's which is fine. I'm just gonna get in trouble for a little bit. Security office. But I like this whole concept of the new evidence. We'll start a conversation with them if they have something to say to you. If they don't, the speech bubble above their head will be missing or grayed out. Good evening, Sergeants. Assistant Chief. Hey, Stell. Paul, address her properly. Come on, Dad. You can call me as you wish, but I would like to point out that your father places great importance on procedure. Anyway, I believe the Chief wants to speak to you. Okay, so this is the security office. Yep, and you're gonna get pestered a lot until you actually do the thing where you actually visit your father. So some areas you'll be locked off from, but other areas you can actually take time to explore a little bit. So if you see these question marks here, I would probably say feel free to make the time to explore. Likely you're gonna want that evidence, or you can just go ahead and carry on with the critical path. So, but then again, this is a story-based game. All right. Going to level 0. All right. The brig. Oh, okay. This is where we keep unsavory prisoners here. Got drunk again, Engineer Michio? I'm happy to see you too. You know there's no need to lock me up. I'm not going over this with you again. These are security folks. You know what? Judging by your tone, you might need some extra time in here to fully sober up. Relax. How did you manage to get so much alcohol anyway? You shouldn't have enough tickets to get drunk so frequently. It's all a matter of priorities, you know. You might have to look into that sometime. I'm not doing anything illegal. I would never. Michio. Yeah, so this is essentially interrogations. Dolphin. Yeah, of course. Yes. Okay, so up to this point, I believe that I have explored everything that I have access to. So now it's just a matter of I'm going to go take this route and get a chance. Oh, hey, Stella. Hey, Lewis. How's it going? Still at work as always. My dad wants to show me something. Sheesh, at this time, you have to set some boundaries. It's for my job. There's not much I can do. I'm always on duty. Well, pity. I was going to ask you if you wanted to join me in a few hours at the bar. Maybe tomorrow night? Oh, yeah, I have other plans for tomorrow. Sorry. But maybe soon. Send me a message when you're free. Okay, I will. Alright, so train station. Oh, that's kind of neat. So, if I wanted to... Nope. Okay, so far the train station doesn't really offer me anything yet until I unlock other parts of the ship. Until I get access to other parts of the ship. But for right now, it's kind of neat to know that I could possibly fast travel when I need to. Oh, no. I didn't want it. Jeez, no, I don't want to turn on sticky shit. Keys. Yeah, I have to do something about that sticky keys situation here. Alright. I'm not doing this again with you, Eric. Please go back. Dr. Yaha's probably looking for you. But it's not fair! I know, I agree. But if you don't receive the treatment regularly, you'll feel worse and worse, alright? Do you want that? I need to get to my shift on the bridge. I'll come pick you up as always, okay? Okay. So again, no access yet, but that's all right. Right now, our concern is to advance the plot now by meeting up with with Stella's dad. Alright. Just to be sure there's nothing else. Yep. Yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah, so far I'm kind of digging this. I like the little bit of freedom I have. What is it that you want to show me? All messages from Earth for the Arrival Day celebrations came in earlier. Already? Arrival Day is still weeks away. Yeah, they always send the messages in advance to be sure we have them in time. Earth has a surprise for us this year. What surprise? Tell me already. Everyone got a private message from their relatives. We got our own personal message from Mom, Stella. Can you believe it? Navigator Joseph already relayed it to me. Do you want to see it? Yes, of course. Okay, here we go. So this part is only for my family, alright? Okay. Hi. Oh my god, I haven't prepared anything. They only just told me I could say something to you guys in private. How are you out there? I hope things are going better than they are on Earth. We've been having rolling blackouts again. I was so worried they'd get in the way of this recording. Anyway, I wanted to say that we recently received the video you sent last year. Stella, I had never seen you in that uniform before. Wow. And William, you look like you haven't aged a day. Still the handsome man I met 40 years ago. Remember that night? We were on a ship of all places. What was it called? Something Sparrow? Or... I'm mixing up now. Huh? I'm so proud of both of you. This mission is such an incredible, enormous thing you're doing. Everyone on Earth is rooting for you. It's been so many years since you left and it still doesn't feel real. I really hope these messages get to you. I worry about it every year. I don't know how they do it. It's all magic to me. You'll see more of me in the public video, unless you watched that already. Happy Arrival Day. You say that, right? Love you both. That was it. Seems like they weren't given much time to record these. I'm just glad she had the opportunity at all. Is this going to be part of the yearly update from now on? I don't know. Maybe there's something about it in the other files. They just came in an hour ago. Don't tell anyone about it, okay? Everything okay? Are you alright, Dad? Something your mom said has me worried. What? There's no way she forgot the name of the ship where we met. I have to talk to the captain. About Mom? Not directly. It's complicated. This can't wait. Sorry, I'll explain later. What the? Oh, okay, and that's the first mystery. Well, that can be a little concerning. I'm getting a call. What's going on tonight? Sergeant Adlerich? Assistant Chief Stella, are you with your father? He just left. Wants to talk to the captain. Then maybe you can step in. Could you come talk to me at the security office? Sure, I'll be there in a minute. Are you all suited up? I am. Why? You might have to look into something. I'll explain when you're here. Ooh, our first case. Suits scanning ability. Okay. Objects investigated highlight in blue for a short period of time. Collect them. Range and pressing E before they stop glowing. Bonsai. Once a clue has been collected, an entry about it is created in your PDA's Evidence tab. New and updated clues are marked with a special icon. Try finding more now by hitting space. Repeat tutorial? Nope. No need to. Okay, so we got a lot of evidence collected so far. Engineer Eric. Paul. Baptiste's son. Okay. Yeah, a lot of really cool bios. And if you see the plus icons, that usually means that there's something that there's highlighted orange, then it's a new entry. Okay, I get it. Curtis. Wow. Talia is non-biological son. Captain. Chi-Chi. My bunk. Okay. Secretary's bunk. Okay, so also pay attention to residents. Okay. Eric, 45 years of age. 2 sergeants. Off the clock. William, He is he's 59 years of age, resides in the chief's bunk. He's the chief of security. Aw. Mom wanted to join the mission as well, but she had to stand with Turns out she suffers from a cardiovascular condition making it impossible for her to survive in space. Aww.
Dad seemed to be pretty shaken up, but I didn't understand why this detail was such a big deal to him. And what did the captain know about it?
I kind of like exploring quite a bit. Okay. Yeah, getting the bearing of my surroundings. Always neat. Yeah, you notice that like on the top right icon, like it's always like there's always auto saving. Yeah, you have actually no control until after a particular checkpoint. So at the security office. A door in the network area triggered a security alert. We've had some false reports due to defective sensors lately, so it might be nothing. However, I tried to check in with programmer Aaron, who works down there, and he isn't answering his PDA. It's possible he is wearing noise protection, but we should make sure everything's alright. Could you take the elevator down to the inner hall and have a look? Of course. Shall I ask an enforcer to come along? I don't think that's necessary. Programmer Aaron should be in the network office. Alright, I'll make sure he's okay and report back. All your dialogues are recorded in your PDA. If you find your journals aren't detailed enough, you can reread any conversation right here. Nope. Okay, there's evidence here. Network office. Yep, so now we have access to that. Alright. Aldorich. Okay, so the network office is right this way. So now we have access to I have access to the lowest floor here. Level -1. So far, that's the only access I have to until later. It's dark here for some reason. What the? What happened to the door? Power node A is currently locked. Network access point. Network office. Programmer Aaron? Oh shoot, he's down. Aaron, are you alright? Ooh, fake. Aaron, what's wrong? What happened? My head hurts so bad. It's bruised in the back. Can you move? It is? Ouch. What happened? I think someone was here. Someone was here? What do you mean? I went to the cafeteria for my evening break, but I returned a little earlier than usual. I've been working on a new data routing algorithm today. I had an idea I didn't want to forget. When I came back, the door to the network area was broken. I wanted to check if everything was alright in my office, and when I came in here, there was someone standing next to my desk. What? Who? I don't know. I think a man. He was wearing a disguise. I turned to run back out, but he jumped me. He hit my head with something. That's all I remember. Crap. Give me a second. I'll get help. Dad? Something happened down here. Aaron was attacked. Attacked? How is he doing? He seems okay, but his head is bruised. I'll send a medical team. Who attacked him? I don't know. He said the man was disguised. Seems like they broke into the network area. The door at the entrance has been cracked open. I'll inform Sergeant Outerich and join you as soon as I can. Do you have your weapon on you? Yeah, I do. Good, I'll be in a few minutes, okay? In the meantime, you should have a look around and talk to Programmer Aaron. Maybe you can find out what the intruder wanted in the network area. Okay. Watch your back. I'll be there. I'd like to ask you a few questions. Do you have any idea what the intruder was doing in here? I haven't had much time to think about it yet. But since we're in the network area, I'll wager a guess and say it was something network related. I can take a look around and see if I notice anything. No, you should take it easy until the medical team is here. I'll investigate the rooms to let you know if I find anything. Thank you. What exactly do I find in this area? The various ship networks can be monitored from here. You can access them via the terminals next door, but only if you have access rights on my special tool. I see. Let me think. Vice on the floor, listen. Wow. Oh. You have to present evidence to people now? Okay. I could probably do that. Alright, looks like there is some evidence I can present. Do you know what this is? Of course, that's one of my tools. Where'd you find this? Next to the door of the network access point. I definitely didn't put it there. Do you think the tool could have been used by the intruder? I'm sure. You need to access and manipulate the data on the terminals and then a network access point. So that is probably what they wanted in here. Is there a way to find out what they did exactly? Would be a good start if they knew which network they took. I'll grant you access to the terminals. Thank you. What can I see on those screens? Each terminal shows a visualization of data that was sent through the respective network over the past 24 hours. Ferret created the visualization a while back to make it readable for non-technical users. The left side is being sent. The right side is data being received. If a network was manipulated, there should be some irregularity on one of the terminals. I'll have a look. Thank you. Alright, we have a case. I have a case. Alright. The solution to the case is always a piece of evidence. You can assign it from the selection here. Alright, so you have to answer a question. Once a solution has been assigned, a submit button will appear. After hitting that button, you can no longer change the solution. The case is closed. You alone decide at which point to submit the solution. However, be careful if you aren't confident in your conclusions just yet. There is no going back. Nope. We'll just have to be very careful. Okay. So right now I have access to many different rooms. A recycling terminal. Taking another look around an environment you visited earlier is often worth you have a suspicion that something changed in the meantime. For example, we may find objects that were altered in some way, weren't there before, or weren't considered relevant yet. When you collect a clue again after it was changed, the title, description, and image of its PDA entry may be updated. So let's take a look at the evidence. So this is the recycling terminal. A terminal monitoring the transfer of data through one of the ship's various networks. Okay. Alright, so left is data sent, and then right is data received. pretty unusual. Recycling terminal is already looking pretty suspicious. PDA network. So the PDA and the network recycling terminals were appear to have been manipulated. I don't know what the boxes stand for, but internet. Medical data. Let's take a look at the other areas. So we don't have access. So that means like we only know about let's see if we can't talk to Aaron about any other findings. Yeah. Never hurts to get another opinion from Aaron. Yep, so he's not gonna give me any more info on this. Okay, so this is the part where like I see a lot of so these are general cases. Okay, so up to this point, I've collected all the evidence. So now I need to make a decision on which one was clearly manipulated. Okay, so here's what I do know. 2 squares were sent, and then 1 was received. 2 lines were sent, and then 6 were received. So what does that mean? That each box? So the best thing to do is that we have all the evidence, but we can't make a determination yet. So the only thing I can do is hypothesize. So say that this box actually represents 4 lines of data. So in this case, I would basically posit that in the medical data terminal, that this is actually consistent. So does this work? So like if the box represents 4 lines of data, will it be consistent? Let's see if there's anything that blows that theory away. Okay, so 5. In this case, 5, 6, 7. So this is also consistent. So there's an equal number of lines sent, an equal number of lines received, amount of data received. So that's consistent. Okay, here in this case, assuming that a box represents 4 lines of data. Here in the case of the intranet terminal, 10 lines of data was sent, and then 10 lines of data were received. Okay, moving on to the PDA network terminal. So according to this, there were 9, 10, 11 lines of data that was sent, and then 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So far, this is looking like a potential, potential manipulation, because actually somehow this PDA, here it shows that more data was received than sent. Does that make sense? How can you receive more data than you were sent? I don't know how that lines up, but it is possible, but it doesn't seem like very likely. There's an even amount of data that was received, and then there's an odd amount of data that was sent in this case. So I don't know how exactly this lines up. In the recycling terminal, the top line is consistent, so we'll just focus on the bottom. So in this case, there are 7 lines of data. That leaves 7 lines of data received. So can we account for that? It looks consistent. So down below there's 5, and then in the middle there's 2. That cancels these out. So it's looking likely that the PDA network terminal is actually inconsistent. So, yeah, for what reason, I don't know, but there's apparently another line of data that was received, which doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. 4, 5, 2 makes 11, and then 5, 3, 5, 3, 4. Well, that makes 12, but you don't even have to look that far. You could just take you didn't even have to look that far. If you just, there are many ways to actually visualize this. So those 4 lines formed a box, and then one more was, okay. So yeah, the PDA network terminal looks like the likely culprit. So I'll go off of that. So if I posit that theory, then I have to say that is the PDA network terminal is our culprit. So I'm going to go and select, and then I'll submit. Stella, everything all right? Programmer Aaron, how do you feel? I feel all right, Chief, but I'll get myself checked out to be sure. I found out what the intruder is up to. He manipulated one of the ship's networks. Good job. I think I even know which one. Could you have a look, Programmer Aaron? Of course, let me see. Yes, you're right. Looks like some malware was injected in the PDA network. You agree? Good. I mean, not good. Excellent work, Stella. Listen, I actually came out to tell you something else. I've been thinking about what the intruder's plan was exactly. These terminals in the Access network only contain very recent information flowing from each network to our central servers. If the guy was after recent data, he could have accessed it right here using my tool, but he may have injected malware instead. The terminals are connected to big servers down the hall for regular backups. Maybe his plan was to exploit this connection. For what purpose? I can only assume to override access rights so he can extract historical data from there. Would he have to go physically go there to do that? Correct. Stella, follow me, now. To the server room. Oh, someone is still there. Hey, stop! Stop! Let's go! Oh, snap. Someone. Enough! One more step and I'll shoot. Lie down flat on the ground, now. Oh, shoot. Oh, dang, Stella got knocked out. Oh, snap. Dang. That was rough. What happened? The door is crushing me. What can I do? Why is it closing? There The ceiling, there must have been a breach. Where's the override? I don't think there is one. Frick, what should I do? What should I do? Stella, listen to me. Sparrow was our code word. What? What are you talking about? Liz tried to say something's wrong. Where's the override, Dad? Dad? Dad! Oh, frick, he died. And his body will return to the ship. He'll stay with us until all of our journey ends. On a more personal note, I want to say William was not the only best chief of security I could have ever wished for, but also a dear friend. I did not expect him to go before me, and I was not prepared for it. I don't think I could have been. I would also like to take this opportunity to put any rumors to rest. William's death was deeply an unfortunate combination of circumstances. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. A cargo box came loose to the malfunction and pierced a hole in the floor of the inner hall. Air began to stream out of the vacuum of the outer hull. The resulting loss of air pressure caused the emergency doors to shut. Thanks to the swift intervention of our brave mechanics, the breach could be contained shortly thereafter. However,
I kept staring at the notes for my speech, even though I wasn't reading a word of it. We had agreed to frame my father's death as an unfortunate accident, to keep the intruder a secret in the name of public peace and safety. It was our highest imperative. If there was a person between the ship's population and their safety, they would get crushed by design. There was no security override to save the individual. In a way, this concept made sense to me. It had to. After all, I was the chief of security now.
jeez, that's rough. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how the story begins. Dang, that's pretty cold-blooded. Security chief. Well, so far that was actually a really good way to play the game here. So, you just received a message. Open the P. I just don't understand you. You've always been a little closed off and paranoid, but it got so much worse over the last few weeks. I know you're going through a lot, but I don't even know how to help you. If it's possible at all to get through to you, don't expect me to come running after you anymore. If you want, we can talk sometime in the future when you feel better. This is from Lewis. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that was like a good, this is like your first like 45 or so minutes into a pretty cool game, actually. I kind of like this whole idea of like, you know, like of evidence collection and then just trying to solve mysteries. I really like that concept a lot. So I hope that you'll find time to enjoy the game as well. And yeah, so like consider picking this game up. So it is. So the game is called. Yeah. So it's Between Horizons. It is currently available for only $16, and there's also like it's also $4.49 or $4.50. Yeah, if you want to, yeah. So if you want to, you can pick it up. There's also an affiliate link for the game. So if you would like to, please do feel free to support my channel by clicking through the affiliate link and making a purchase. So I get a little bit helps me out quite a bit. So thank you so much for like watching my video. If you like what you saw here, please do like the video and comment comment on what you enjoyed or you didn't enjoy. And if you want to see more awesome content, please do hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Please do consider buying through my affiliate link. All right, and thank you very much for watching. Hang loose.